Let's see what this baby can do. Okay. Off to a weird start here. The wheel's turning all the way right for some reason. Okay. That was a little odd. Making a left on Rodeo Drive. Very smooth. We're changing lanes. This car has its hazards on. I'm not sure if it just forgot or if it's trying to pull over. But we're going to turn right onto Santa Monica Boulevard in just a bit here. This is my cell phone connection, unfortunately. I don't know where to mount a Starlink in my Model 3. I guess I could tape it to the roof or something. Nice. Very impressive how it went around that car. Maybe if I pause the video. That'll help. Don't blame me, guys. Blame AT&T. But luckily, I'll have the full video uploaded after this. Getting better, okay. Yeah, so far I'm pretty impressed. I really like that move where it went around the stopped car. Alright, we're waiting for this guy to turn right. There's a ton of pedestrians here. Cool, and then we're turning right up ahead. There's some pedestrians crossing there too. But it looks like we're all clear now. Beautiful. Three months and all we get is a point update. You know, people say things like that, but sometimes they'll pack a lot of extra power into a point update and just call it a point update. It may just be a little bit of a version bump, but you can tell right away this feels a lot more refined. I've done a crazy jump here in GTA, yeah, me too. So, we're gonna make a left turn in 3/4 of a mile onto Alta Drive. Pretty dense traffic here. It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. People are starting to get off work and go home. Such a tease with all the extra stuff listed and coming soon. True. It's been coming soon for a very long time. Filler update. Yeah, Elon said in a tweet recently that there were some major improvements coming. If there are major improvements in this update, they haven't spelled it out in the release notes. It seems like just another refinement on the model we already have. But I think there are more updates coming with some more major refinements. I mean, it is tough to know really how much better is it, because 13.2.8 is already so good. Most of the drives for me are already zero intervention, so if I have a zero intervention drive with this, what's the difference really? That was a really smooth lane change it did there. And look at all this slow moving traffic on the right. We got to go around all of that. Very nice. Gotta love hurry mode. Omar, any thoughts on the new, more affordable models? Hopefully it's a bigger and smaller Model Y. Probably under the hood, quality of life update. Not expecting a big release. Can we do streams more often? Sure. Is it still called supervised? Yes. Hardware 3 support. Hardware 3 is going to get FSD 13 with reverse and the start-stop FSD button. So expect a Hardware 3 release to be following shortly after the AI 4 release. My 1264 on Hardware 3 parked in a space this morning by itself. First time ever. Very cool. Why aren't you streaming on X? I don't know how to set that up. But once I set it up, we can stream on X as well. It's a little complicated on X. My DJI camera has YouTube built in as a streaming option, so I decided to try it out. The only reason I don't do live streams more is because on my GoPro, it would flip them upside down. So the DJI camera doesn't have that issue. And, you know, some people will get mad at me. They'll say, you're lying. There's no way FSD's that good. You don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to listen to my opinion. Just watch. Every single drive I do, I'll just publish the whole video. I don't say anything most of the time. You can just look and form your own opinion. Look at what's happening here. It's pretty dense traffic in Los Angeles. Imagine for people who are tired, they're going home. Look at how easy this makes it. I don't even have to think about it. Nice slowing down for that speed bump there. That was a little bit of an unconventional speed bump, but it did a good job of slowing down for it. Now we're headed up to Sunset Boulevard. Going through a residential area here. Waiting for cars to go. It just feels great. Feels so smooth and comfortable, way better than Waymo. Robot car. Yep, it's a robot car. I mean, it's just the coolest thing ever to just say, take me to Chateau Marmont, and it just takes you there. Alright, we got some gardeners on the left side there. It keeps to the right, doesn't slow down, very nice. Alright, we're approaching Sunset Boulevard up ahead. Yeah, the ride sharing is super cool. I call it the world's easiest job. You just push the button and your car makes money for you. and soon you won't even need to be in the car. All right, pretty tight traffic here, and we're supposed to turn right onto Sunset Boulevard somehow into this mess. Let's see what the car can do. I would probably be going a little further at this point and easing my way in. Come on, car. Don't be shy. You can do it. Attaboy. Not too bad. A little more delay than maybe I would have done, but not too bad. Just press the gas. I'm not going to press the gas or do anything unless it's absolutely necessary. I'm just going to let it drive me around. If I'm driving myself and not making a video, I might press the gas, but for the video, we just want to see what the software is going to do. My foot is always planted on the gas. Well, that's all fun until you accidentally press the gas and then hit something. But it is nice to be able to just hold it down. Sometimes if the car's stopping for a yellow light, I'll just hold down the gas and make it go. Any word on Hardware 3 getting a free upgrade? I wouldn't count on it happening anytime soon. I would just get an AI4 car. Do the FSD transfer, do the 0% interest. You can lease a Model 3, $0 down, $350 a month. They may make an upgrade available eventually, but who the hell knows when that's going to happen. Meanwhile, you could have AI4 FSD driving you around every day just flawlessly. It's a massive difference, and Hardware 3 is pretty good too. It's going to keep getting updated, but this is next level. Can you FSD transfer to a lease? I don't think you can actually, unfortunately. Well, this is pretty exciting. Los Angeles driving. You don't need LiDAR for this. You're just moving at a snail's pace. But it's kind of interesting because there's so many people pulling in and out. There might be people walking. Let's see. But let's hear your suggestions in the comments. Where should we go next? Let's try and give it something challenging. I would go into the Hollywood Hills, but then the signal's gonna die right away. Railroad tracks. I don't know if we have any railroad tracks. We got, metro trains. But I'm not sure where I would go for that. Costco. Yeah, I guess we could go to Costco. There isn't one that close, though. Maybe we should go somewhere else. This is pretty boring. Alright, let's go to Earth Cafe. Go to Chicago. I don't necessarily have time for that right now. Maybe later. Alright, here we got a guy who's getting out of his car. Nicely handled. Yeah, so I haven't seen anything that would stop this thing from being a robo-taxi in LA. I mean, if I wasn't here, what difference would it have made? None. No Starlink. I have to use AT&T, unfortunately. But I can try hooking up the Starlink dish. I could definitely put it in the bed of my Cybertruck and then do some videos on that. Damn. Alright, this traffic's crazy. Let's get out of there. Bro doesn't have a front bumper cam. No, I don't. And you don't need it. The car drives fine without a front bumper cam. I just bought my first Tesla Model 3 Performance. Cheers from Portugal. Can't wait to get FSD here. Yeah, I hope you guys get FSD soon. It's pretty insane, but the Model 3 Performance is pretty fun on its own. I wonder how increased context length will improve things. It's already pretty good. The context length will really help with situations where it needs to remember further back. Okay. It's slow down there. There was a car trying to pull in. We have to make a left up ahead in a quarter mile. So it's trying to initiate a lane change, but there's somebody who won't let us go. We have to get in behind them, this Toyota. All right, it's trying to get in. Nicely done. It is kind of blocking traffic a little bit, but there's enough room for people to get around us. That's what human drivers do when they're in that kind of situation. And that's where I learned that from. All right, there's the left turn we're gonna make on Melrose. There's a cute little kid. If Dan O'Dowd is watching, he was probably hoping the car would run it over. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. We want to see Pacific Palisades. Unfortunately, they're not really letting people into the Palisades. They have cops that are stationed there and guarding it. Should I buy more Tesla? I don't know. Probably. Not financial advice. Whoa, look at this car coming in hot. And the Tesla still made it through. Love it. All right. Looks like our destination is right up ahead. Earth Cafe. Let's see what the car does as it arrives at the destination. There seems to be, yeah, I am on hurry mode. There seems to be a little more refinement into how it ends the drives, I've noticed in this update. Any interventions with this version? No. You want to see Zuck's house? Well, Zuck doesn't live here. He lives on the other side of California. I'm sure he has a house down here too, but he's mainly in Silicon Valley. We're in Southern California right now. Is it a low resolution stream? Yes, because otherwise it doesn't work at all. Has it missed any turns? No. Yeah, I think the Tesla Diner is a good next location. Let me just let it end this trip first. I want to see how it ends it. And then we can set the next destination to the Tesla Diner. Is it ready for Robotaxi? I mean, feels like it's getting pretty close. I haven't had to do anything. Okay, cool. We're pulling over. Restoration Hardware has valet parking. Interesting. And it's parked. Sorry, I don't need to park. I'm just about to leave.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, I'm leaving. Sorry.
Okay.
Tesla Diner. Shit. What's the address of that diner? $7,001 Santa Monica Boulevard. All right, let's do it. So we're going to start off by reversing a little bit. Pull out. Very nice. I like the way it pulled over and got out of the road, and now we're back on the road. So let's see, we could drive on Melrose, or we could turn and get onto Santa Monica Boulevard. I guess we could do this, make it a little more interesting. FSD only works in ideal weather conditions. Not true. Bro's not in a hurry to leave the valet spot. Well, there weren't a lot of other people trying to go to Restoration Hardware. How many Lucids have you seen today? I don't know. I mean, not many. There are a lot of Lucids around here. When was your last intervention? Good question. How dirty can the car be? The car's pretty dirty right now, actually. Love how it gave itself more room to pull out onto the road, true. Exciting LA driving. Do cameras really handle this? Okay, let that guy in, that was nice. There's a Model 3. Have you noticed any difference? It's just better, more refined. It feels more robo-taxi ready. Somebody was like maybe gonna jump in front of the car and it braked a little harder than I think 1328 would. It seems to be more refined in how it ends the trip. Everything just feels a little smoother and more refined. What other stocks are in my portfolio? I think about 30 or so stocks. Tesla's about 30%. Maybe getting a little closer to 35 or 40 now that it's gone up quite a bit. This guy's like, fuck this. Any changes to the nag? I mean, it doesn't seem to be beeping at me quite as much. Like, I'm on the live stream, I'm looking at the comments every once in a while, and I haven't gotten a strike, so that's a good sign. I've been getting a lot of strikes with 1328. Just so smooth. It just feels so good. Oh, there's a Lucid. There's a Model Y. There's another Model Y. There's a Model 3. There's a Hyundai Ioniq 5. There's a Model 3. There's another Model 3. There's a Mustang Mach-E. It's crazy, the EV adoption in Southern California. It's just nuts. Man, this feels so good. Like, I can't even drive this smoothly. It just feels so comfortable, so perfect. There's another Model Y, Kia EV6, Mercedes EQS, Model Y, Model 3. Next, we're going to be making a left turn onto Fairfax Avenue in half a mile. Yeah, I think people are going to like this update. It's not just a point update. It's a little bit better. You know, it's the same FSD 13.2, but a little bit better. A little smoother, a little more refined. The smoothness improvement is tangible. You'll notice it. Alright, this car's trying to cut in front of us. My car asserted itself. That was nice. Thought we were gonna see an incident. Anything negative? It did brake kind of hard at one point when there was someone walking into the street, but I'm not sure if you would classify that as a negative or a positive. Maybe it's a negative, or maybe it's actually a positive. Tesla will never be safe without LiDAR. Sure. Well, explain this drive then. How is it navigating through LA traffic without any LiDAR? Without hitting anything? Did they fix the carpool lane issue? That's been fixed in 13.2.8 for me with the sexy vehicles. But my dad said it isn't fixed yet on his Model S. Yeah, maybe I could do a live stream during the middle of the day or something when it's easier to get around and there's less traffic. Need a highway test. Yeah, we could potentially do a highway test. We could go over to Hollywood and take the 101. Dan O'Dowd's so mad right now, yeah. Tough time to be Dan O'Dowd. Jesus, this city drives me fucking nuts. I don't know. I would lose sanity quickly without FSD. You're just sitting there all day in traffic. Alright, we got a car coming. We need to make a left. We got a lot of cars coming. Very nice. Very nice. Imagine living in the city and having to sit in traffic all day, and you have to drive manually. Alright, Santa Monica Boulevard's up ahead in a quarter mile. We're going to turn right. And that's where the Tesla diner is. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it in the video or not, but we'll see. All right, here we are, Santa Monica Boulevard. We've got a ton of pedestrians at the crosswalk. They want to cross the street. Car's going to turn carefully. Very nicely done. Does it park itself? Yes. Go to Aaron Rodgers' house. Can you do a Cybertruck video? Yes. I'm actually curious to see the Cybertruck update the most. I started with my Model 3 because the Model 3 is usually better, but Cybertruck needs the most improvement. So I'm curious to see if they did a few little things like making sure it doesn't hang too far to the left, then that could be a big improvement. Is this version for everyone on hardware 4? Right now it's just with a few people, but it looks about ready to roll out to everybody based on what I'm seeing. So I would expect it to expand out to others pretty rapidly. Okay, we're 3 minutes away from the Tesla diner. So smooth, so comfortable. It feels like you're floating on a cloud. Humans can't drive this smoothly. They can't brake this smoothly. The responsiveness is just instant. Car slows down, it just instantly responds without you feeling anything. All right. The live stream just shit its pants. All right, we got a person and their dog. Dan O'Dowd was probably cheering for the car to run them over, but it didn't. What? How did it see them without LiDAR? We need to shoot lasers out of the car to do that. Oh, maybe not. Live stream offline. Well, I guess the live stream shit its pants. Luckily, we have the recording. And here we are at the Tesla diner. Oh, what are you doing? Why are we going down here? Okay, interesting finish. I guess I'll stop here.